Hello there folks, this is Ferengi on board here. Welcome to another video on YouTube on my channel where I discuss different topics like spirituality, deeper introspection, psychological analysis, dream interpretation, and other topics that people might want to be covered. Up till now I haven't been asked too many things, so I leave it to my mind to come up with different questions or to different circumstances, like discussions with some of my friends, which I may actually turn into interesting videos or things that I can share with the world. So the topic of today's video will be the so-called term of political or social correctness. Okay, now this term correctness has become a big problem because, it kind of is a big problem nowadays, since it seems to be rather more enforced than simply supported, and whatever is enforced actually shows a lack of freedom, or what people believe as freedom. And an idea of enforcement simply underlines the fact that society simply follows on the principle of because I said so. And we're seeing more and more today that society is simply nothing else than a facade, is nothing else than a shield that, an illusion that some people have been keeping, and it's kind of falling, and it's basically fallen already. But the point about this is, as it is falling, it's how to say, it's still preserving, and it's becoming more aggressive on preserving the idea of because I said so. In the world you'll see a lot of people, they just do things, and they don't seem to be interested in asking the population or anyone for that matter, and they just do those things because they can, and because they want, and because they said they want to do that, and because they said so. And now the whole planet is under lockdown because they said so. So this social correctness is a very recent invention, a very recent social engineering. It's a result of these superpowers called the corporations and non-governmental organizations, who are simply training people to behave in certain ways, and mainly the rise in LGBT movements and as such. These are being desperately thought to become the new norm, and if you do certain things for a specific number of days, usually at least 28 days, then it becomes the new normal. Considering how aggressive and ingenious non-governmental organizations are when it comes to training people as puppies, especially since their targets are people with low self-esteem, sleepwalking people who they don't know anything about themselves and about the world, who are easily molded, let's say, to their to fit their plans. The point about this correctness is that it's becoming more and more insidious in societies, and it's really awkward to see, how to put it like this, it's really awkward to see things like homosexuality even being introduced in school curriculums. Okay, the moment something enters school curriculums, you know that it is for good, you know that that thing means business, because the things that the younger generations learn are the things that will be propagated on to the following generations, and it will make sure that things like anything that is learned by children will become a new normal sooner or later, and it will become more and more normal as the generations progress. Okay, as more karma is generated, which basically means evolutionary memory. to a certain extent. There are multiple types of karma, but okay, let's not dive into that. So political correctness and this social correctness, it's all about shaping your language and your behavior to suit someone's need. Okay, it's not suiting your need. Okay, you're gonna use or you're gonna not use certain terms just because there is this fear, or there is always something beyond this facade, okay, that you shouldn't be using the word trap, for example, because you're gonna be hurting the feelings of transsexual people. But why would I be hurting their feelings? Okay, trap is a noun in the English language, and I will be using it as I should. Okay, it should result from the context. If it is a pun, or if it is something that will hurt them, or if it is a usage of the word with any of the natural senses that it has. Okay, because trap in the sense of transsexual is nothing else but a word that belongs to the slang, not to the mainstream language. Sure, slang has been becoming more and more mainstream, but well, this is because of people's ignorance. But it doesn't mean that this ignorance should be allowed to exist much more, because, well, school, politics, and basically the whole society is doing nothing else than promoting this ignorance, because ignorance is bliss. But the question is, whose bliss is that? Because definitely you won't be seeing happy people, but also ignorant. Okay, they may fake it very well, yes, but truly happy people are those who know themselves, and you cannot know yourself and be ignorant at the same time. Okay, you're just playing a psychological game. Sure, you can be away from the world, right? You can simply disregard the world, but that's still not being ignorant, because being ignorant, first of all, means being ignorant towards yourself, and definitely not knowing yourself, because that's the result. So is this correctness something very good? Well, obviously it is not a good thing, because especially if it is enforced, it just shows that some people want to stomp humanity as much as possible. And especially with the coronavirus outbreak, everyone can see how easily our rights are being taken away one by one, or several at times. And you can also see the push for vaccinations is becoming more and more well, it's becoming faster and faster. It's like those people are working against the clock, they're working overtime or whatever. And well, it seems like the fourth purge is here, at least according to history, because there's been a purge in 1720, or namely the Black Plague. 1820, 1920, 2020 is the fourth one, blood for the blood gods, as one might say. Okay, so this correctness is nothing else than another game of social engineering to see how complacent people are, because I do not see fit that my language has to be shaped in such a way that I do not hurt the feelings of so-called social minorities. Every time you are a minority, it is in human's nature, and it is in the nature itself, that the strong will bully the weaker, because we are still vibrating at the frequency of 3D. Society wants us in this level of consciousness, so as long as we vibrate at this level of consciousness, we shall follow like that. The parent beats the child not because the child did something wrong, but because the parent simply is stronger. They're just showing their dominance, they're just proving their dominance. And at the same time, psychologically, they have been treated the same, and most likely they are stuck in the sense that, well, that is the only way to go. So you have 2 points that are being supported in the mind of the parent, and well, the animalism aspect, okay? Like anywhere you see in any mammalian species, you might look, you'll simply see the strong will always bully the weak. But with society, the devious thing is, it's wanting you to stay at this 3D level, okay, of always bullying others, but at the same time be ashamed of such things, because you shouldn't be doing these things, okay, right? Just because some people said so, right? This correctness has been nothing else than been imposed upon us, because, well, you can see that even in many groups you're disallowed from using certain words, certain things, certain ideologies are prohibited because, well, the New World Order has to be installed. So this video is just a little teaser, just a little bit of an idea. I will speak about this broader in another video, because for some reason I'm being pressed by something and I think I might have some guests and I don't want to keep them waiting. So all this being said, hopefully you like the type of content that I'm creating. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to share with others so we raise the awareness of others. Feel free to share some of your wisdom as well. And feel free to ask me questions if you're interested in me breaking down several things, or if you are having a video game of your own that you're working on and you want someone to break it down for you and give you some honest advice and or game design issues or tips, or just play your game and see and present to you an in-depth and general feel free to give me a link. Keep up doing the great work you are doing. You are loved and appreciated. Take care of yourself. Ferenc on board, signing out.